So Angus, we're stood in front of this beautiful cabinetry and obviously we've got the TV here. Can you tell us a little bit about how the technology is working on this wall?
Yeah, of course, no problem at all. So, as we've spoken about before, this part of the cabinetry had to house obviously the TV for day-to-day viewing, the drop-down screen, and the front speakers. So, the first thing we did was obviously build out this front wall to give us a recess, and we've placed the front right, the centre, and the front left speaker behind this acoustic cloth. So that was built out, speakers behind, allows you to have that completely clean look. As you walk in the room, all you see is the TV. The TV is then obviously mounted, and then the screen is built into a space above the cabinetry and then drops down the side channels. So that really allows that screen to again be completely hidden until it's required. And when it does drop, it's not just kind of floating in free space, it's kind of within the cabinetry itself.
I love this little detail as well
Thank
in
you.
the cloth and the speakers, how it's sort of the diagonal line sort of continues up.
Yeah.
Is that sort of an aesthetic thing?
Yeah, definitely. We knew we were going to have some seams because the size of the fabric wouldn't allow you for that to be one single piece of fabric. So we worked with obviously the actual installer, our installer, and the design team to work out the nicest way of doing it. And we all decided actually to extend the corners of the TV to the corners of the cabinetry. Aesthetically looked as nice as it could do.
I know that movies, films are really important for the client.
Very much so,
So
yeah.
what is the software that you're using to enable them to watch them?
So one of the things that we installed is a product called Kaleidescape, and Kaleidescape is a movie server, and the way that works is that you can download 4K Blu-ray quality digital downloads of films. So when you watch a normal film on Netflix or Apple TV, they do have to compress that image and sound so that you can watch it straight away. Obviously, they've got some very clever algorithms to do that as well as possible, but it is still compressed. With Kaleidescape, you choose a film to either buy or rent. The hardware then downloads that film, and then it's there forever. So, there's no rights issue with them kind of losing rights to something. It's your content, it's stored locally. But the most critical thing is obviously it's the highest quality available for this type of room.
So I love the Bourne films.
Yes.
Love a bit of Matt Damon.
Yep.
Is it coincidence that because we're on the Bourne Ultimatum, all of the Bourne films are coming up next to it?
No, it's not. So basically what the system does is it looks at your library, and as you're browsing, if you settle on a film, so say for example Inside Out here, it will reshuffle that library to bring as similar content as possible. So Inside Out 2, unsurprisingly, Rio 2, all of those are brought to make it as easy as possible to get to the content. You can then also just go into the movie, press play movie, the film will start. There's no trailers, there's no adverts, there's no warnings not to steal a car. You just get in and you get into the film as quickly as possible. They also author particular scenes. So if you want to kind of show off your system and show someone, a kind of iconic scene from that film, then you can choose that from the menu, and it works really, really well.
Is there a way that, for example, you can look up certain directors, if there's a particular director you like or a particular actor, you love all of their films?
Yeah, definitely. As well as this kind of more graphic presentation, you can go into the list view. And with the list view, we can then choose directors. We can even choose year that the film came out, the rating for the film, and as you say, even actors. So I can choose, as we're saying, Matt Damon. Let's go with Matt Damon, and it will show all of those Matt Damon films all together. So I choose that, and it just puts them in alphabetical order. So that works really, really well.
So say, for example, I wanted to watch, the final of Strictly Come Dancing, or my
Yes.
husband wanted to watch a big football match or something, and we
Yep.
wanted to watch it on the projector. How does that work? Where is the projector here?
So the projector is at the back of the room, and that's hidden away in a projector drop. So again, as you walk into the room, nothing visible. The actual projector screen, as we spoke about, is in the top of the cabinetry. So if I choose to drop that projector screen, then you'll see that come down.
Wow.
And as I say, we worked hard with the interiors company to make sure that was kind of dealt with as seamlessly as possible. This screen's actually got another trick as well. This screen allows you to change the ratio dependent on whether you're watching a film or not. So roughly 70% of all films are in an ultra wide format. So they're wider than a normal TV, which is why you get black bars top and bottom if you watch a film on a standard television. With this, that ratio, the images move down, the masking moves so that you don't get those black borders top and bottom at all. You get a projected screen that gives you the best contrast possible because you've got that nice dark blackness at the top and bottom.
It's so sleek this as well because it's this velvet
Exactly.
edging. Yeah.
So basically what we're trying to do is make sure that as the projected image is on it, there's no reflection above the end of the line. And obviously the velvet works well to achieve that. And then, as I say, once the client is done with the room, once they've finished watching the film, if I just go back to the screen, I can then just get that to open up again, and we're back to just seeing it on a TV screen. So ultimate flexibility, nice and quick to use, that single remote control because of that Control 4 system. Yeah, it just allows for a really easy way for the client to interact with the room.
It's incredible because I would not have even known that screen was there.
No, that's the point.
It's so sleek and hidden away. It really is amazing.
No, exactly. You know, what's interesting about rooms like this is clients want performance, but they also want a lovely feel in the room. You know, a lot of people have got a lot of pulls on their time, and you know, there's lots of stuff that they could do. So if they invest in a room like this, they want that room to feel special. You know, they want it to be an event. They want it an opportunity to bring the family together. And the way you do that is with high performance, but also with a beautiful looking room as well.
So we were talking a minute ago about the screen and then the projector, Angus, which has been beautifully hidden away.
Yep.
How does it work? Where is it?
So basically the projector is above our head. So as you can see by it dropping now, we had the false ceiling. Because of the fact that this was a retro installation, the room is here already, we couldn't unfortunately penetrate the original ceiling. So we were a bit limited in terms of what we could do. So this kind of secondary drop element was created so that we had enough space for the projector to be installed. The projector sits there, tucked away, only kind of comes out obviously when you've said, okay, I want to watch it on the larger screen. At the same time that the projector would drop, the screen would drop, the blinds would drop, the lighting would go to a nice low lighting scene so that you could enjoy the film at the very best.
So you mentioned, Angus, that the client really wanted this room to feel really relaxed and a cosy aesthetic space.
Yeah.
I noticed you've got layered lighting in here so that it makes it easier to watch the TV or use the projector. How does that work?
Yeah, no, exactly right. So rather than being reliant on maybe just downlights across the whole room, we use different lights for different reasons. So we've got a combination of downlights, we've got some pin lights, we've got some in-cabinetry lighting, some linear LED, both in cabinetry and around the drop section. And what that allows the client to do is adjust the lighting to how they're using the room, or maybe the time of day that they're using the room. And with the Control 4 lighting system, that allows them to trigger those lighting scenes really quickly and easily. There's a lighting keypad as they enter the room. They can press that button and choose it. Or if they're sat on the sofa, they can use the remote. So this scene we've creatively called Cinema On. We've then got an option for Cinema Evening. So if the client chooses that option, you'll see some of the lights turn off completely, others just dim. And as I say, this might be, you know, if you're sitting down having some snacks before you watch a film, you know, or you're just sitting and chatting, this is quite a nice lighting scene for that. We've then got what they've called Cinema Relax. And again, that's taking that lighting down one stage further, as you can see.
So Angus, obviously you mentioned that the client really wanted this room to be really aesthetic, neutral. How did you achieve that with features like the blinds and the speakers?
So we colour match them basically. So with these blinds, we've got the Roman blinds here that are more decorative, but we've then got blackout blinds that are designed to obviously control the sun and the light in the room. So what we did was we specified a blackout fabric, so not allowing light through the fabric itself. And then we use these side channels to minimise any light bleed around the actual blind. We then got these colour matched to match the paint within the room. So this room is painted in Farrow and Ball Elephant's Breath. So we got the side channels sprayed to match that. So they really kind of blended in with the room. And then in terms of the speakers, we just did exactly the same thing. So one of the nice things with Artcoustic as a speaker brand is you have this kind of shallow depth speaker anyway, so it's not protruding too far into the room, but the cabinet and the screen at the front of the speaker can both be colour matched. And obviously when that screen is on, you then have a very discreet but high performance speaker on the wall.